Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Valsa here, and today we're talking Warpets. Now, a lot of people still consider the Sapphire Drake to be the best overall pet for Magic Marches. The Sapphire has a reputation for being the AoE king of pets, and it is that, but single target DPS is still great. Check out the damage factor comparison of a Sapphire versus a Shadow versus a Seraphic, all of these with comparable intelligence scores. Okay, it's not entirely a fair comparison. The Shadow also applies the Captive debuff, which makes your Legion do more damage. The Seraphic does a bit of healing and scales up both its healing and its damage based on entity stacks. So it's not as simple as just looking at the higher damage factor in the Sapphire and calling it a day. But it's worth remembering that the Sapphire is no slouch even when it comes to single target DPS. And of course, it's the hands down winner for AoE DPS. At least AoE DPS potential. Right? To get that potential unlocked, you need the Amber skill. And if you're going to invest Amber into a pet, you want it to be one where the base stats and skill slots of the pet justify such a strong investment. Debauchery, a member of the Immortal Syndicate Alliance, sent me this Sapphire to take a look at. Now these stats make me drool. And before we look at the skills, anyone want to guess how many skill slots it has? It's got 8. Alright? What makes these so good? Well, Sapphires really care about intelligence, and they really care about spirit, and they care just a little bit less about luck. The intelligence here is basically maxed. Awesome. 342. I don't think I've ever seen a higher number than that on intelligence. Now, the spirit is near max as well, but what's really key here is that he's hit the top breakpoint for the Amber skill. 310 spirit means, with the Amber skill, your Sapphire is going to hit 2 additional targets every time it fires. That's perfect. Alright, now this is a phenomenal base to build your Sapphire off of, but this pet has one fatal flaw. Debauchery rolled this on his alt free-to-play low-spend account. Man, COD really knows how to stick it to you sometimes. If I got these stats with these skill slots on my main account, I would be going all in to improve it. But it is what it is. If you're resource constrained or you don't want to invest a lot of resources in alt account, that's 100% reasonable in this game. Alright, so living in the fantasy world where you rolled this on this main account, or I rolled this on my main account, how would I build it out? Alright, first off, this is absolutely a pet that I would grind out that talent skill on, right? Absolutely up to 2 stars, and I'd strongly consider the long grind up to 3 stars. Alright, now obviously you put the Amber skill on it. You know, why are you going to hit 1 target when you can hit 3? Alright, and you know what? Why do you just want to hit 3 targets once? I want to do it again. Let's put follow-up on here. Now, follow-up's got a base chance of just 40% to trigger. That's too low for me. We're adding advanced follow-up in as well. Now, that's another Amber skill. Let's do it. These stats are too good. Right, his luck is merely S tier instead of S++ tier. So with advanced follow-up, his chances to proc are only going to be in the upper 90s, right? All those things are obvious. Where do we go from there? Well, here are our candidates with the Sapphire. First off, we got the Magic Pet Damage Crit Package. Magic Fortune, Magic Spirits, and Elemental Harmony. Resonance, which is the generic magic pet damage booster, that's a candidate. Intense Pain Bloom, which is the specific damage booster for Pain Bloom. And finally, we got Intense Follow-Up, which boosts the crit rate on your follow-up skill. Alright, so how do we decide? Well, I think the first thing I would cross off is Intense Follow-Up. Intense Follow-Up raises the crit rate for follow-up, but it does nothing for the initial cast. Now, if you max everything out here, Intense Follow-Up to 3 stars, Magic Fortune to 3 stars, and Max Luck, you can get the follow-up crit to at or near 100%. He wouldn't quite get there. He's got good luck, not amazing luck, but he's still getting to the mid-90s. A near guaranteed crit on the follow-up is powerful. I'd rather have a skill that benefits everything. Alright, and so we're just talking about the margins here. It's worth remembering how these skills happen, right? So your primary hero casts their rage skill. You wait 1 second, then your deputy casts their rage skill, you wait 1 second, then this pet casts Pain Bloom, wait 1 second, and then follow-up goes off, right? So if you're going to miss anything, it's going to be the follow-up cast. And you know, you'd rather have damage up front. Now look, we're talking thin margins here. Intense follow-up's a very good skill, but you're competing against other very good skills. It's the one that gets cut for me. Alright, so now we got 5 skills for 4 slots. But unfortunately, we're constrained by intelligence skills. Both the talent skill and follow-up are intelligence-based, so we only have 1 intelligence slot left over. Since our 5 candidates include 2 intelligence talents, it's really just a constant between them, The other 3 skills sneak in by default. Okay, so Elemental Harmony is straightforward. It makes it so when our pets crit, the crits do even more damage. Intense Pain Bloom, as we noted earlier, makes Pain Bloom hit harder. Now, one of the nice things about magic pets, because their secondary damage source is follow-up, a recast of the primary damage source, their specific damage boosters boost everything. Intense Pain Bloom is helping both the original cast and the follow-up cast. But Intense Pain Bloom comes with a significant constraint. It's worth noting that Intense Pain Bloom triggers when your heroes inflict Scorch, which only Lily does, Hoarfrost, which is either Valen or Waldir, or Ensnare, which is only Alwyn. In other words, your G1 mages, but sorry Atheist, no love for you here. Alright, it's just worth keeping this in mind, who you're going to use the Sapphire with. The Sapphire is absolutely a viable pet for later generation mages. You could put them with Thundolin and Thalia, for example, but Intense Pain Bloom won't work at all with them. Alright, maybe you're going to use the Sapphire with a Flying Celestial March. Hey, the Sapphire flies, right, so it's a great match. Well, who's going to lead that march? Probably Bertrand, maybe Thea, with Atheist, something like that. None of them can proc Intense Pain Bloom. A lot of people run Lilia Thea instead of Lilia Valen. Hey, that's a super strong march too, but if you use that march, Intense Pain Bloom doesn't work as well. And finally, Intense Pain Bloom has a charge up time that Elemental Harmony simply doesn't have. The bottom line for me is that both these skills are strong. Intense Pain Bloom actually has a higher upside, but it imposes some downside flexibility constraints as well. Both skills are reasonable and defensible, but my ultimate recommendation is for Elemental Harmony, just to give myself a little bit more flexibility. Now I could tell you what my dream 3-star everything build for this pet would be, but this is a pet that exists on a low spend budget account, so let's be reasonable. I would get the talent up to 2 stars, add the Amber skills when you can, and I think moving everything else to 1 star is a reasonable goal. Maybe you can 2-star some of these skills with enough luck from the Merit Store, but I think this is good enough for now for a free-to-play low-spend account. Hey, that's it, and thank you to everyone for stopping by. If you enjoyed this content or found it helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button. Remember, you can send me your Warpets if you'd like me to take a look or review them, and I will be featuring the strongest Warpets in the game right here on this channel. Look for more details in the description below, and until next time, stay classy, Belleron.